It was crazy.
So yeah, the moral of the story: don't take everybody cruising with you. Sometimes Mama can't go. Mama act a fool.
It wasn't a mama. It was
I'm just saying,
friend.
you don't know who it is.
I mean. So living on cruise ships, one of the things that we found is that we run into some very interesting people and their stories.
And stuff we see. Yeah, we see it all. So we don't just come on here just to say something we heard. We see it. We be as at guest services. We hear what's going on. So yeah, even a time when we saw or overheard, you overheard where somebody got kicked off a ship and somebody else had to pay. And they were still on the ship. Because, you know, a lot of times people think that just because one person gets kicked off, everybody gets kicked off. Not always the case.
Nope.
What happened?
So we were in, I don't remember which port we were in, but we were at the port and so I'm at guest services, right? Because I had some issues with my internet. So I'm at guest services and this guy is going off. Y'all, he is cussing up and down, yelling at the lady at the front. He's on the phone because we're in port, wherever it is, the port is, and he's like yelling, right? So I'm nosy. So I'm sitting there and I'm listening. And I mean, even if I wasn't nosy, like you couldn't help but hear him. So anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him. And what happened was he got on the cruise with his friend. He was on a casino deal, and he brought his friend with him. So when his friend got on, his friend did not, and this is a Carnival cruise, so his friend did not put a credit card on file, right? So since his friend didn't put a credit card on file and he had a credit card on file, what ended up happening was, because his friend got kicked off of the cruise ship at the port for smoking Mary Jane.
How old are you?
He was what you got? Ain't that what you got? MJ.
Continue, just
marijuana. He was at the he was on the ship, but he was smoking, right? And got caught smoking. And so what happened was they kicked him off at the port. We get to the port, they kicked his friend off of the ship, but he stayed on the ship. Now, because his friend didn't have a credit card on file, then they ended up charging him his account. Now, this is what I didn't know, right? Is that a couple of different things. The first one is when they kick you off at a port, they actually charge you for kicking you off at the port.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So they charged him. His total bill was almost like $1,600. Right. So I guess the further away that you are from the US, the more they charge. So they ended up charging him like $700 for the kickoff, like for ejecting his friend from the ship. Then his friend had been drinking and didn't have a card on file. So they ended up charging him for all of his drinks. So let me tell you what he did. So he's on the phone, right? And he's calling back to land, back to the US, talking to the girlfriend of the guy that got kicked off. Because the guy wasn't accepting his calls. He had called him a couple of times and he wasn't accepting his calls. So he calls the girlfriend and he's like, yo, man, got kicked off of this ship for smoking weed or marijuana. Can I say weed?
I don't know.
I don't know if you can say weed. Oh, I don't know. But if we can't, we may get flagged, I guess. But he was smoking on the ship. He was like, now, and he didn't put a credit card on file. Now I owe this money. And he was like, y'all need to cash at me the money. So she's on speaker and she's like, just pay for it and we'll pay you when you get back here. And he's like, bump that in more explicitive words. You need to cash at me my money. Y'all, it was a whole thing, I'm telling you, talk about yelling and screaming. So she hung up on him. He called back. He's going through the same thing again. She hung up on him. He called back, going through the same thing again. So then once she hangs up like the third time, he's talking to guest services and he's telling her, he's like, man, my dude did this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why I gotta pay for what he did? So they was like, well, he didn't have a card on file and he's your guest. You booked him under your casino package, so you're responsible for his bill, and he doesn't have a card on file. It was crazy.
So yeah, the moral of the story: don't take everybody cruising with you. Sometimes mama can't go. Mama act a fool.
It wasn't a mama.
I'm just saying, you don't know who it is.
I mean,
you know your family, you know your friends.
Right.
Just go by yourself.
Yeah.
Or somebody who ain't gonna do that. You can't take everybody.
Yeah.
You know who act right and who don't.
My thing is, have your peoples put a card on file so that they can pay for their own bill.
Sometimes they do, folks sit up like, nah, I ain't got this. I'll send it to you. No, don't take them.
Right. Our light just
take them.
Right. Don't take them. Yeah. Well, no. I mean, I think you should take them.
Ooh.
I just think you just need to make sure they got money.
You grown.
Now, I done been on trips with family and stuff, and we get there, and then the family like, oh, I didn't know I needed spending money, and it's like, what? How did you not know you? That's a whole nother story, y'all. But
that's what I'm saying. Don't take them. Don't invite them.
Just
don't let them know you're going.
Make sure they got some money. Or have them give you the money up front. If they give you the money up front, then
I'm not your chaperone or your we ain't in school. No, I'm not taking them. No.
Okay. Yeah. Moral of the story is.
I already gave them moral. Don't take them.
My moral of the story is make sure your folks got money or a card on file, or don't book them under your package.
They lie.
That's another. Or you could just not book them under your package. Like,
okay, yeah,
they can go on a cruise and then they responsible for it. Now I don't know how that works.
Put them in their own room.
Yeah.
So you don't get kicked off.
So you don't
just in case.
Yeah.
Because all cruise lines might not do that. They might kick everybody off.
That's true too. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that was one of the stories that was crazy on one of the ships that we was on.
And we have many.
We have a lot.
So stay tuned. Subscribe, please. Just please. We got to get this stuff out. This is therapy. Oh, I got some stories.
All right. Subscribe, comment below your craziest cruise guest services story. Put it in the comments below so we could all have a laugh. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.